Is it already recorded?
Yeah, it's already recorded, dude. Welcome, everybody. It's the Uncompromised Truth Podcast, episode 2, with no other than Mr. Prince Zerihun.
Sir.
Yes, sir. It's our first in-person podcast. Last week we had True Brian on, the gentleman that you had the privilege to speak to
Yes.
in the past, and
Indeed.
yeah. Did you manage to give that a watch or not really?
I've seen the short form, but
Okay.
to be honest, I haven't been through the long form yet.
That's brilliant, and that's not for you to really go into the long form. So the whole purpose of the Uncompromised Truth Podcast is to allow this platform to bring forth the different side of you that you don't expose to the world. And that is your audience, meaning the people who are already deeply connected with your core messages and values and what it is that you're posting online, just to go above and beyond what they think they know. You're here to tell your uncompromised truth and just letting them know what's actually going on in your life.
Yeah.
So, do you want to start off by just briefly explaining where we are?
We are in South Africa, in Johannesburg.
That's a lie. We were in Johannesburg.
Oh, we were. Okay.
And now we're in Pretoria.
Okay.
So, fun fact, Pretoria is one of 3 capital cities of South Africa.
Nice.
One of them being Cape Town, the other one being, don't quote me here, podcast, Bloemfontein, and lastly, Pretoria. So the White House of South Africa is based here, where we are currently driving. And we're making our way to my parents', because that's where the baby and the lady are, as a result of me needing to conclude a few things for my parents. And Prince is not even supposed to be here. He's only supposed to arrive in Cape Town in August, though as a result of just alleviating some logistical nightmares with his, not current, but rather prior stay in Bali, because he is coming from Bali.
Yep.
He decided to come to South Africa earlier. And with that, he is afforded the privilege to sit in my essence for, what's it been?
Yes.
At least 28 hours?
Yep.
It's been 28 hours. No, it hasn't actually. It's been less than 24 hours. So I picked you up at roughly 7 o'clock
Yep.
yesterday, so it's been 22 hours. Almost. And how's those 22 hours been so far, Prince?
Unique.
Unique.
So, like you mentioned, yeah, I came in early. So, everybody knows this quote: "The early bird eats the worm,
Catches the
catches the worm." So, yeah.
Okay. Is that all you're going to use to describe time with me? What have we done in the
We've
past
done a bunch of stuff.
22 hours?
Yeah, it's been. We've done we went to a club, and then
By the name of Saints, so that abdicates the club aspect of things.
Saints, and then.
We're not filled with saintly people.
But the funny thing is, it says Saints, and then it has I don't know if you saw it. It has covered with Saints. It had another layer of words on top of it saying sin,
Exactly.
which is interesting. Yeah.
Very, very much so. So we were in the devil's den, essentially doing God's work by just staying hold fast. All 4 of us, no, 5, did not drink alcohol.
Yep.
Just drank water, except for myself. I had myself a little something orange ginger cocktail that costed me not an arm and a leg, but
A leg.
a leg. There we go. And I mean, at the end of the day, it did taste good.
Yeah.
What else did we do?
And then we slept. Then
I think more
New
you
day.
slept. It was a new day, and then
Oh, yeah.
from there.
Then we went to church where I. Should
Where
I
you?
put on the lights? Or
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Let's quickly pop that on.
Okay.
Okay, I'm getting a call from Mama Shenny, and y'all can witness.
Yes.
Yes, Mama Shenny, how are you?
With you, I missed your calls.
Oh, yes. I gave a call to Dauda just wanting to grab your numbers.
Okay.
I have a guest of mine who's coming in from Canada. No, he's Canadian rather. He's coming from Bali.
Okay.
And we are making our way back home now. And I wanted to ask, is there space in the spare cottage for him to be for the remainder of the next 3 to 4, even 5 days that I'm in Polokwane?
This is not prepared at all.
Is that a big issue, or is it something that we can fix together?
I can. I'll have to tell my auntie to check on it.
That's okay. We are just leaving Pretoria as I'm speaking right now.
Okay, so when does he have to come in today?
Well, as soon as possible. If it's today, it's better. If it's tomorrow, then it's also good. I know it's last minute.
Yeah, it is really last minute, and it doesn't work on Sundays.
Exactly. No. So should it rather be tomorrow then?
I think tomorrow is a better plan.
That's good. Then I agree. Fantastic.
What is the situation? Does he like dogs?
No, he doesn't. But since it's most of them are in the backyard, I don't think it's a problem.
Because they move around as well.
I understand. No, it's just for him to sleep. Because he's not going to be chilling. He's going to be with me all day. Every day.
Okay, let me talk to her.
Alright.
But I think tomorrow will be totally out. But let me talk to her.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mama Shani. You'll let me know.
I'll let you.
Thank you so much. God bless. Have a fantastic evening.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, sure.
Alright. So you sort it tomorrow. We'll just get you into a hotel or something tonight. Woo! Okay. So, further testament as to how I operate. It's very on the go, on the fly, whereby your accommodation till this second is still not sorted, at least for tonight. Does that make sense? How does that make you feel?
I usually I would feel not at ease, but with William, like worst case, I can sleep in the car. Who cares? You know?
Why is there that peace?
I don't know. I think as I took like risks, you can say, you know, going to Bali and you know things like that. My risk, I think tolerance or appetite is a lot more. It's like I've seen, you know, or I've I don't know why I'm starting to speak like the accent, but I've seen like the highs and the lows, right, of places of like very nice stuff and you know not nice stuff. So like I've been through you know those stuff, so I'm used to it. So yeah, so that's good to know that you know. It's not. I think I don't remember who said this. Is it David Goggins or something? But I think it was in his book or something. But saying like do something uncomfortable or something every single day, so that like you know that you have that already. You know,
tolerance for it.
Yeah, exactly. So like sleeping in your car. Some people maybe have never done that, and the first time you do it, it might be tough.
So have you done that?
I think I've done. Yeah, I've done that the first time I came back from Africa when I was like about a decade ago.
That doesn't count.
Okay, no, but even before that, let me think. Maybe that once or twice, yeah.
Like what, in Canada?
Yeah.
With your friends or?
I can't remember when, but I'm pretty sure I've done that. What is that? Okay.
Oh, thank you.
I think it's just a bag.
That out, yeah.
But yeah, I've done camping where I went to like in the middle of the forest when I used to do cadets. I did cadets for like 6-7 years or something.
All right.
Which is like for people that don't know, it's like a mini military, fake military for kids and younger, under 18. Yeah. They just prep you to. It's basically a funnel to being a military. I swear. They go show you the real stuff. We hang out there. They tell you all about it, all the good stuff, show you all the cool tanks. I've been in tanks. Yeah, everywhere. You know, they make you shoot rifle, all this cool stuff.
Really?
Yeah. And then
what age were you when you did
all this? I think from 13 to like 17, somewhere there. Yeah.
Okay, so let people know a little bit more as to what season of life it is currently for you as we shoot this podcast, which is the 27th of July.
Yep.
Yeah, 2025. What have you done? Where are you and where are you going, Prince?
I shouldn't say that's one thing I should fix, but so just to repeat your question, what season I am right now and where am I heading? Is that what you said? Okay.
Yeah.
So right now I am in a stage of building, you can say, a stage of like exploring, a stage of let's say it again, a stage of getting better, and still, since I'm young, just trying a bunch of stuff. I said it again, trying a bunch of stuff. The reason why I'm calling myself out is because I also want to improve my speaking. So
it's a Toastmasters technique by the name of stop, think, speak. So whenever you feel yourself about to say a filler word like stop, you think about what you want to say and then you speak it.
Stop and say it again.
Yeah, and it's okay if you sit in silence.
Yeah.
During that time that you're trying to remember what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I think one technique that I use a little bit, or one way, is just to I also don't want to say it's just to repeat the question and also like take pauses, like you said, but just actually trying to understand the question. And I think this also, Andrew Tate said this too, repeat the what you say. So for example then I continue speaking.
Okay, brilliant.
Because if you say, yeah.
So I'm going to say a new tab to be opened later on, and that is Andrew Tate, but I'm not going to open it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to return to the question of the season of life that you're currently in. So that's building and exploring and...
Building, exploring.
The contradiction is you've already amassed quite a bit of what others would view as success. So beginners and newbies are also in the beginning stage of building, growing, exploring. What differentiates you from them?
I guess just like you mentioned, the stuff that I've done, but I still feel like I haven't done much, and I want to keep. I don't think we did this today yet, but just setting our goals and getting closer to them and hitting them. So I feel like there's a lot more to do.
So I'm asking more on behalf of someone who is a newbie. It's like, okay, well, I'm a newbie too, but you're different from me because you're not really a newbie. But at the same time, you're doing all the things that I'm doing as a newbie, which is exploring, discovering, and just building things up from ground again. Yeah. What is the difference between you and me?
I guess just the stuff that I've done before, like either the things that I accomplished or experiences and the things that I've tried so far. It's just, I guess you could say a step ahead of just getting started, since it's been,
So that would be what I would classify as like step 1 or step 2 of the process, right?
Yeah.
But then again, you're back at step 1. Why did you not continue to step 3 with the previous projects and things you've done in the past?
Yeah, some things didn't. After a while of working on them, they didn't. How do you say this? Like transpire, or they didn't
grow.
Essentially, yeah, they didn't grow. They didn't. Yeah, they didn't continue, essentially.
Okay.
Simple.
What is the problem with that, inherently?
Inherently, it's just not think it's just one example is outgrowing the company, or like not outgrowing the company, but outgrowing the position that I had, and just not aligning. It was I felt like it was keeping me from not growing as much.
And that leads me into the original question, which is what's wrong with not growing?
What's wrong with not growing?
Yeah.
A lot of things, especially if you want to get somewhere, which requires growth. It's basically slows you down from hitting your goals or not hitting them at all.
Okay. That would lead me towards the second half of that question from the beginning, which is where are you going?
Where am I going? To be honest, I haven't figured everything out, but from the goals that you've written together or I've thought by myself and written by myself, is to get better at my knowledge, skills, experience, and the goals that I've hit. So hitting more, accomplishing more, and accomplishing more can be monetary, can be helping family stuff, personal stuff. It can be different things like that.
So what is it for you?
Yeah, those are like some areas that I'd say, like monetary a little bit, family, personal stuff, hitting like, I don't know, certain followings. Even though it doesn't matter too much, it's still good to have, I guess, goals that way. Even if it's not monetary, even if it's not hitting certain follower count and subscriber count, it can be like how much you make from those accounts or that channel and stuff. So.
Okay. And that being said, like, it's not about the vanity metrics, it's about what you can do with what you have in terms of, there's a saying that I like to use with my students called squeezing the lemon. You've extrapolated a lemon that you've built so tirelessly with your blood, sweat, and tears, and now it's time to extract the lemonade from it.
Yeah.
That is money for you. That is a specific amount of school wins for you.
Yeah.
What does that allow you to do once those are hit and achieved?
That opens up even more things, so I can hit more goals. So, for example, it can be traveling more, it can be helping your family more, it can be other goals that allows you to do with more financial freedom.
Okay. And in the end of the day, what does that financial freedom afford you? Who does it allow you to show up as, Prince?
I think that allows me to show up as a version of myself that I'd like to be.
Who is that? Describe it.
That is somebody that is financially free, abundant, and I think one of the, not only like, I see a lot of people, or even myself, where we just focus on making income and then we just spend most of it, and we just month to month is just the amount, it's just making, spending. But I like the idea of Golden Brown and you, where you make a certain money, or Kirby, where you make a certain money and you have that money basically pay for your, you can say minimum dream life, or your dream life, where let's say 10K a month that you need to live a decent life. Having a big sum of money that you make, or a goal that you chase, and then use that money to, I don't know the exact details of it yet, but I should. But some safe stock or something where you extract a certain amount, small amount, without it reducing.
So all I'm hearing right now as you speak is like, you want to do all of this so you can put it into vehicles that can produce more, correct? In the future, like stocks.
I'd like,
And what I'm trying to highlight here is that it is a never-ending rat race as to you want to do more. What are you actually going to show up as to yourself? Let's say 10 years from now, are you still doing what you're doing?
Maybe. 10 years from now, the world most likely is going to be very different. So I'm probably most likely going to need to adapt. Most likely going to need to adapt, maybe in the same industry and stuff, but yeah.
Okay, brilliant.
I'm sure it'll be different.
Now, let's talk about the people that you've looked up to that brought you to where you are today. Obviously, I know that William is one of them. William, I don't mean myself, William Brown. And Sam Ovens is another.
Yeah.
Andrew Kirby is the avatar that you aspire to become. Who else did you learn from throughout this journey of
Many
solo/entrepreneurship?
Many people. Eddie Comrade was one of the first guys that got me into this stuff. Then the guy behind the scene actually teaching mostly was Brady Verdure, which was his operator, and then learned things from him. And from there, many others like Consume Hermosi is a big one where a lot of people get a lot of value from his stuff because his goals are aligned by giving you the most value, and other people is by basically showing you the wow and selling you basically in their funnel to their funnel. So even though they're giving a little bit of value here and there, like Hermosi actually makes sense for him to get to give you actual value so that you can actually get results, so that you later on invest in him or buys other things.
Okay.
So he actually wants you to make more money.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And for those who will for sure know who you are, because they've stayed until this amount of time into the video / podcast, but don't know who I am, do you want to quickly just let them know who I am to you?
Yeah, to me, it's funny, we've known each other for only like under 2 months.
Yeah.
For probably a month and a half. And here we are, but for me, you are a coach, I can say a little bit of a life coach, accountability coach, business coach, mixed, I'd say. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Now, why be under my wing in terms of why become a student of mine?
At first, it just made sense. At first it didn't make sense because I didn't know you much, and it seemed a little bit, it seemed. What's the word? It seemed sus.
Sus.
Sus is the word. It seemed sus because your account didn't have under 60 followers or something, and it was just very sus. I thought you were, the first time I saw you, I think one of the first times was somebody that made the reel. I think remember that guy.
The high-ticket Indian.
Exactly, and I thought you were just just some person that just outreach to people to sell something, right? So that was my first impression. But then as I got to know you a little bit more, hopped on a call with you, and also especially when I believed you more was, when Samir got that William Brown ticket. That's when I was like, there's something there. There's something there.
This guy doesn't just send out coffee requests.
He actually gives,
Okay. Now that you're in, what makes you continue to stay in? Because this is a forever, well not forever, let me rather use the word ongoing relationship that we have, where it wasn't a one-time fee and that's it. It's a consistent weekly fee that he pays me.
Yeah.
Why?
because I see, recurring as well, ongoing value as well.
So what I want to do is remove yourself in the situation in terms of what I can get you, but rather the person that I am.
Yeah.
And what I am attractive to you.
I think
you want to learn from me.
You are also a person that I look up to because you have a lot of stuff, that you have a lot of stuff where I'd say is somebody I want to be like, somebody that has, physically fit and take care of their health for a good part, and, has a family, has kids, a wife, so, as a Christian, that's also a good, important one, and is also doing well in business, and has a good network, and basically lives a pretty, not like lavish lifestyle, but a pretty wholesome and more fulfilling life.
So those are the answers that I wanted to extrapolate from you when I was asking, what is the 10K, the 10 school wins, the whatever amount that you're going to make, is going to allow you to do? Because that's essentially what you look up to me, and you would want to replicate for yourself. Yet when you put yourself in your own shoes, you couldn't come up with those answers like fit body,
That's true.
Now, why do you think that is?
That's a good question. So why do I think that I couldn't come up with those answers?
Yes, initially.
Maybe I was not sure how to put this into words, but I probably do, but
what's the feeling?
I think maybe it's just my first, or I guess the surface level things that came to mind first.
And you have the tendency of just going onto surface level, what's on top, rather than just introspecting and rarely asking why.
Yeah.
And also with me highlighting that this is a difference between when you think about yourself and when you think about others. Do you feel as if it's advantageous to stop consistently just going on auto mode, not worrying about, just essentially needing to ask yourself deeper questions? Do you think it's worth it?
Yeah. I think it's, so you're saying, I zoomed out a little bit for a second, but you're saying,
is there worth in when people ask you things to think about it more? Not in terms of duration, but in terms of depth of the question itself.
Yeah, I think thinking of these things beforehand is better, since I guess there's no harm to think about it. There's thinking about it, taking time to think about it, but usually these are, for the sake of, I guess it can be edited, but the sake of the viewers or the host to answer in a little bit quickly manner, where it's, not.
I'm not talking about like in a podcast format. I'm talking about in everyday life where
Oh, okay.
people ask you something and you just default to whatever you think is.
I think it's the same thing applies where you're not gonna, somebody ask you some question, you're not gonna just sit there for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes to answer.
So my next question is, why not?
I guess you can. I guess, you're right. Why not?
Because the person is asking you a question because they want to understand you. And to not take time to extrapolate what really is the reason why, and what really is the answer, is essentially doing the other person who's asking you a disservice.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
And this ties into something that I've had difficulty and challenges with myself growing up, is like we tend to not want to sit in a place where we need to introspect.
Yeah.
Because it could deliver some answers we're not comfortable sitting with. And I feel as if it's a carbon copy of myself, at least the previous version of myself that you sit in. When on Sundays, when we're supposed to be doing weekly tallying and revision, you don't get it done.
Yeah.
And I want to transition the conversation now to Christ, because you mentioned it as one of the things that drew me to you in terms of staying on and being managed by me, coached by me. And what significance does that specific attribute about myself bring to the table for you?
It's just also leading to the right direction, where something I want to work on, and I want to get, learn more about, work on, and basically, for some context, my family is Christian, so I was born into Christianity, you could say, and because of that, when I got older, I kind of moved away from it a little bit. So now I want to properly, instead of just moving away from it and not doing research or not reading and the Bible and things of that nature, where I get to make my own judgment and basically understand more of it.
So my next question for you is, okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
I think you've got quite a bit submerged within Christ with the past 22, 23 hours with me.
Yeah.
Now, what have you done in your own efforts towards having and maintaining and fulfilling a good relationship with the Lord prior to meeting me?
Prior?
Yes.
So before?
Yes.
Before, not really, just watching content on it a little bit, but it was mostly,
Would this be short form?
Mainly short form, to be honest, but at least whenever it comes, I'm not, I don't skip it.
Yeah.
I actually listen to it. Some of them save it, like it, so I can keep seeing more of those, but I don't think that's enough, or it goes,
So what have you done differently moving forward? Or at least after knowing me?
Right after knowing you, I guess me just reducing the resistance, because before it's not to put shame to my parents or anything or to things like that, but I don't see them as role models when it comes to religion. So, and when they push me to go and all that, it just doesn't make sense to me.
I think that's revealed to the audience as to what they were pushing you towards, still are.
Well, just pushing me to go to church in general, but mainly their specific church, right? It's not, they don't want me to go, they say they want me to go to any church, but mainly they want me to go to their specific church, where I think it's just, I don't know, but
anti-Christian, because it's pride as to which church you're affiliated to, rather than just affiliating with Jesus.
To see people and for, just to feel like because people like feeling like they're, in a group, or I don't know how to say it, but people like being not,
alone.
Exactly, not alone. So they just default to it, and since they're born to it, they don't question it. But they're also not, they know a lot of these things, but I don't think they live by it, I think it's just a thing where when it comes Sunday,
Brilliant.
So.
And you've seen as a testament how I've shown up with Christ without needing to go to church, because I didn't have proximity to my home church.
Yeah.
Where today was the first time I entered what I consider my home for the first time in a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how was that experience for you?
It was good. It was.
Well, I mean, you took a shower.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, but it was just being there. It's a lot more. I don't know if this is a good or bad thing, but it was a lot more chill and welcoming, and yeah.
Let's kind of compare that world versus our world, or at least your world, online.
Online versus what?
Online versus the environment that we're in today. We're at a church. In terms of, not like online where you guys are in a Zoom room, but when you guys all huddle up together and it's the mastermind response.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I feel like you understand things a lot more easier, and so just to make sure I understood clearly, you said, what's the difference between online world mastermind versus in-person masterminds?
No, not in-person masterminds, but like stepping into a place like today, which was my church, in terms of vibe.
Yeah.
The overall dynamic.
Oh, I think so. You feel a lot more connection, and it feels a lot better than just looking at a screen.
Well, not necessarily a screen. I'm saying perhaps it's Serge Guitari or Heese's in-person event.
Oh,
what would be the difference if they had to be in terms of the vibe?
I guess it's more, more relaxed, and it feels like you're more closer to these people, even if that you're not. So
the people in the church setting.
Yeah, it's a lot more.
Now, why is that?
I think it's just maybe an automatic thing they need to do when they're in church, or most people.
So, like, let's say these masterminds, why can't it be that situation where everyone feels interconnected?
That's a good question. Why don't people in other... I guess it's most churches, I think people know each other a lot more. I think that's one thing that plays into it. But even if they don't know each other, they still are very Christ-like, you can say.
Brilliant.
And yeah, that.
So I'm just trying to bring some highlights to what people kind of value in the online space, and kind of like bring it down a notch too. And my personal 2 cents is, it's not the same because everyone is essentially needing to prove themselves.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether or not it's to other people. If it isn't, then it's the case that they're trying to prove themselves to themselves. If that makes sense. And that makes you show up in an inauthentic way because you've got to essentially play a character that you are not. Essentially, as compared to just showing up as who you are.
Yep. That's actually a very, very good point, where in those other meetups you have to, try to be macho man, or try to be this, big guru, or whatever you want to call it, high status person that essentially you can do business with, or just have a good, that man was high status, Yeah,
perceived value.
Exactly, perceived value. So that's something either consciously or subconsciously that happens in those events. And yeah, I've experienced that as well.
I can we agree that to consistently put yourself into those environments is counterintuitive because you knock yourself down a peg.
You knock yourself down, what do you mean by that?
Essentially, you're consistently entering a situation where someone is your superior and have authority over you.
Yeah.
Because essentially you're learning something from them.
Yeah.
And not only do they have authority over you, like how Christ has authority over you, the attendees, some who are more further progressed in their own business journey, have authority over you. And you've got to knock yourself down a peg in front of them. As compared to a church scenario where everyone is equal.
Yeah.
Not even the pastor is above.
Yeah.
The everyday churchgoer.
Yeah. I like when, I guess I don't 100% like it, but I do like a lot when I'm in rooms like that where I'm the small fish, because that's just that means I'm in the right room.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot, room for growth.
So it's not the
But
small fish, big fish
yeah.
analogy that I'm using here. It's I think I'm better than you
Yeah, I see.
because I am the bigger fish.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I remember that in. Yeah, I don't want to say like.
Who's mastermind? I get it.
Or the
Just
yeah.
a mastermind.
If I say the place too.
Don't say it.
Some people, okay, so if I remember a place where I felt like that, where I felt like an outsider a little bit, and everybody else was, yeah. So I did feel like that, especially when they didn't invite me to go someplace. So I do. Yeah, I do not like that. And
essentially, it doesn't allow you to be who you are in those scenarios.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to be. I think since I was friends with most of them, I was just more open, and I think just because I was open like that, and myself, for the most part, that I was perceived as maybe lower status or something,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that made them think that I shouldn't be in those rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was the aftermath of that?
Me feeling shitty a little bit.
Inadequate.
And, yeah, feeling like I don't. Yeah.
So you don't belong, correct?
Yeah, but usually that's the thing with me. I need to I need to think more, like you said, deeply on questions and thoughts itself, and just be more comfortable with staying alone with myself and my thoughts.
Mm.
So that's something I'm also working on.
Okay, brilliant. Now, circling back to the last question I asked, which is, do you feel as if it's counterintuitive to consistently put yourself in those environments where in the end you do feel inadequate and it does knock down your self-esteem, confidence, competence, conviction a little bit
Yeah,
when it comes to what it is that you do and how you do it?
correct.
So moving forward, how do you change that where you don't enter those type of group settings where that dynamic is present?
Probably change the environment or the people I'm around.
Okay, and practically so, how would you,
Just
what filters would you use?
I would just go to. I basically just, like pick my friends or pick the people that I'm gonna hang out with. If, I don't like. If that happens, I'll just go somewhere else where I guess you could say respected or
Seen as equal.
exactly.
Okay. Any burning questions for me? Because I feel as if I've asked you quite a few important questions that I need to know for myself, and I feel as if the audience needs to know about you as well.
Yeah. Burning question for you? Not really on top of my head.
Same, I'm very tired.
Yeah.
Like, next stop, garage, I'm going to do what I like to call the nap latte, which is just an espresso shot, followed by 10 to 15 minutes of a quick nap, and you just wake up as if you were just on crack. So everything it is about me, you feel as if you've answered in terms of questions you've.
Not really, but
So let's go ahead, fire away.
questions about you.
That confuse you or you don't understand.
Yeah,
too much.
I think the same question you asked me, like, how did you, or similar question to what you asked me, but how did you end up here, and what stage are you at, and where you want to go?
So it's also in the stage of rebuilding and just really figuring out what it is that I like. And the difference between me and the newbie who started like day one
Yeah.
is it's with years of failures
Yeah.
in my back pocket, whereby moving forward, what was back then seen as a failure
Yeah.
in terms of this was a waste of my time. When it comes to recircling back to said failure, it's more of a mess turned into a message that I can quickly execute on, that I don't need to go ahead and reinvest the amount of time that I initially did back then, because it's like a Lego block for which I've already acquired, built out. Let's say, for example, it's the garden, and I want to put trees and plants and whatever it may be, and I've established a good foundation that is Jesus Christ as the green Lego block that sticks everything together.
Yeah, this is a little freaking me out. 125 kilometers an hour, and you're just going like this.
And at the end of the day,
Yeah.
like when I want the tree, I don't need to go ahead and plant the seed and wait for the thing to grow for 10 years, because essentially I've got a bonsai that I grew back in the day.
Yeah.
Prematurely, out of sequence. But I shouldn't have done it back then, but I did. But now I can just bring it back.
Yeah.
So it's sitting in that stage and also understanding that everything needs to be sustainable, whereby if I can't do this every day, what's the point of doing it?
Yeah.
And something to be done every day needs to require me to enter and sit in it with joy and happiness. And I feel as if that's something that you guys receive from me just by looking at my face, let alone being next to me.
Yeah.
Even in the Zoom, the way I crack jokes, the way I just show up as who I am.
Yeah.
Someone who's inherently just extremely funny, by the way.
Yeah. You should be a comedian.
I am going to be a comedian one day.
Just
Y'all are all gonna fund it. We're gonna build a wall.
just so you said, just so you can say you're a comedian, or you've done it.
Been there, done that. Yeah, it's in the
Next
the vault.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande. Thank you. Next.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else before we close out, or are we good? Let's close out with prayer, but prior to that, let's do something that I want you to quickly ask yourself and challenge yourself to something within Christ that you want to commit yourself to. Let's say the next week coming forward.
For 1 week.
Yeah, like something that you know you should be doing, understand why you should be doing it, yet you're just not doing it.
Probably reading the Bible at least once a day.
So how would you do that practically? Or are you just going to flip it open and...
What? No, just maybe do some research on things I should read about that would make my belief stronger, and just read, a little bit of that every day, so that I have, little, I guess, seeds you can call it, or.
So an Uber driver once upon a time told me that you should rather just read the Bible in accordance to what problems you currently have.
Yeah.
Meaning, speak with ChatGPT. Yo, I'm currently facing these frustrations in this specific area of my life. This is what happened. This is my side of the story. What Bible verse can kind of give me wisdom and shed light on things that I myself may not have perceived or considered.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's a very nice practical way of doing it. The other way is go to a random stranger, open a book, a page of the book, like I did with you today, by the way. And do you want to share what happened?
Yeah, so he asked me to name any 3-digit number, and I did. I guess
696.
696, since that was the apartment number of the place I stayed yesterday. So
Not the name of the William, with the William.
yeah,
On William the
bro,
Good
just leaked his address. I'm kidding, it's not an address, but yeah. So I guessed that number, and that was the exact page where the Bible finished, or the one that he had finished.
And what was on that page?
On that page was heights and measurements of, yeah.
And how did you relate to that? Or did you not really relate to it?
No, that's just also surface level, or first thing that comes to mind is just, Nothing.
Nothing.
So
And if I challenge you to just ask yourself a deeper question as to
I guess you see it more than me, which is interesting. You see something that in your eyes relate to. Yeah.
I see Prince to be someone who is very technical in his ability and his gift to help grow something. And what do we do to measure growth?
Measure.
Exactly. In what? Heights and measurements.
Yeah.
It's just a little connection I made, and it does go a little bit deeper, and my brain is a little bit fried as we speak right now, so I'm not going to be able to give my full juice like I normally would.
Your full sauce.
My full source. Now, what do you think it requires for you to essentially take what you just said and put it into practice of just reading once a day?
Just like you said, reading either.
I'm not talking about the method, I'm talking about
Yeah.
what do you think it's going to take, a characteristic, a trait?
Somebody that's more open, curious,
Right.
and willing to, you know,
So for me, it's more about, okay, brilliant. I'm not asking about what's going to allow you to just read it
yeah,
once a day. I'm asking you, what's going to allow you to read it for the next week, day on day?
I don't know what answer you're looking for, to be honest.
So what's going to allow you to show up to a workout consistently day after day?
Motivation, discipline,
Brilliant. So can we pray about that?
sure.
For discipline
Discipline.
towards saying, or rather doing what you're saying that you think you need to do. Because that's where we live in full integrity, when we say what we think and we do what we say.
Right.
I'm not going to say let's close our eyes because we're driving.
Imagine.
So I'm just going to quickly open prayer. I just thank the Lord. Lord, thank you so much for this beautiful opportunity for us just to sit here and converse and get to know each other at a deeper, more at-depth level, and to allow people who understand or think they understand Prince's world to further understand him, so that they can just really get to extract this essence and to connect with him better, because at the end of the day, we're here for connection. Lord, thank you for allowing me to essentially guide and steward him towards becoming the person he wants to be, and for giving me the responsibility and trusting me with the responsibility of having him cross the finish line, or at least the pit stop. Because after he crosses the finish line, he will realize that there is the next finish line to come. For Lord, you are great, you are powerful, you are all knowledgeable, you are all divine in how you set things up. And I also want to quickly repent for all it is that I may have told myself that were lies today, which were sins, knowing and unknowing. I repent for everything it is that I've done in my past that I know were not right for me to do, against myself, against other people, and against you, Lord. And I understand that through repentance and through the blood sacrifice of Jesus Christ, I am born again and righteous. With that, I pray for the protection of us getting to where we want to get to in one piece. That's number one. And number two, that Prince gets further discipline to sit with you, Lord, and read the Word in a way that serves him, that nurtures him, that keeps him close to you, Lord. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much.